My son's teacher said he was faking stomach aches for attention, but the real reason destroyed her career. For 3 months, my 8-year-old son Mateo complained of stomach aches every Tuesday and Thursday. Same days, same time, always during Ms. Blake's reading hour. The school nurse called me constantly, but when I'd pick him up, he'd be fine within an hour. I took him to 2 different doctors. Both said he was perfectly healthy. Ms. Blake started sending passive-aggressive notes home about attention-seeking behavior and disrupting learning time. She even suggested we consider therapy for his emotional manipulation issues. I was at my wit's end. Mateo was a straight A student who loved school. He'd never had behavioral problems before, but every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. like clockwork, he'd clutch his stomach and beg to go to the nurse. The pattern was so specific it had to be psychological, right? I tried everything. Rewards for staying in class, consequences for leaving, different breakfasts on those days, nothing worked. Ms. Blake grew increasingly frustrated, telling other parents at pickup that some children weren't emotionally ready for 3rd grade. Then I noticed something odd. Mateo's stomach aches had started right after the class goldfish died. When I mentioned this to Ms. Blake, she laughed. Children need to learn about death. I'm not coddling them over a fish, but Mateo loved that goldfish. He named it Luther and drew pictures of it constantly. Maybe he was more sensitive than I thought. One Thursday, I decided to pick him up early for a dentist appointment. Really, I just wanted to observe. I arrived at 9:45, right before reading hour. Through the classroom door window, I watched Ms. Blake pull out a spray bottle and mist something around the reading carpet. Mateo wasn't even near it yet, but several kids were already rubbing their eyes. That's when Mateo noticed me and ran over. Mom, I don't want to sit on the reading carpet. It makes me sick. What do you mean it makes you sick? I asked quietly. The spray Ms. Blake uses. It smells weird and makes my stomach hurt, but she says we're being dramatic. I marched into that classroom. What are you spraying on the carpet? Ms. Blake looked annoyed. It's just my essential oil blend, lavender and eucalyptus. It helps them focus. You're spraying essential oils where children sit? My son's been getting sick from this for months. Essential oils are natural. They can't make anyone sick, she said dismissively. Mateo just doesn't like reading time. I pulled out my phone and started recording. Show me the bottle. She reluctantly pulled out an unlabeled spray bottle. The smell hit me immediately, overwhelming and chemical. This wasn't just lavender. What else is in this? Some tea tree oil, peppermint, a little bleach for sanitizing. Bleach? Other parents picking up their kids started gathering at the door. I kept recording as Ms. Blake tried to explain how a small amount of bleach mixed with essential oils created the perfect learning environment. I immediately went to the principal with the video. Mr. Davis's face went white as he watched. She's been spraying bleach where children sit every Tuesday and Thursday for months. He called the superintendent immediately. Within an hour, the classroom was evacuated and the district's hazmat teams testing the carpet. The results were horrifying. The concentration of chemicals in the carpet fibers was 3 times what would be considered safe for industrial cleaning, but that wasn't even the worst part. When they searched Ms. Blake's desk, they found journals, detailed notes about which children reacted to different oil combinations. She'd been experimenting on them, documenting who got headaches from peppermint, who got rashes from tea tree oil. Mateo was listed under sensitive to bleach mixture. Stomach distress achieved at 10% concentration. She'd been deliberately making children sick and recording the results. The investigation revealed she'd been selling her research to an MLM essential oil company, claiming she was developing child-safe blends. She got paid $50 for each test subject report. Our children were literally guinea pigs for her side hustle. 23 children in her class, 23 documented experiments. Some kids had been suffering for over a year, dismissed as anxious or attention-seeking, and they complained about headaches, rashes, and breathing problems. The story exploded. Parents who'd been told their children had anxiety disorders, ADHD, and behavioral problems suddenly realized their kids had been slowly poisoned. Carrie's mom discovered her daughter's learning disability disappeared when she stopped being exposed to the afternoon focus blend. Randy's asthma that only flared during school hours, chemical irritation from whatever toxic cocktail Ms. Blake was testing that week. Ms. Blake was arrested on 23 counts of child endangerment. Her teaching license was revoked permanently. The essential oil company she'd been selling to faced a federal investigation. The school district paid out millions in settlements, but the damage was done. Mateo still gets anxious in closed spaces that smell too strong. Other kids develop chronic respiratory issues. Some have permanent chemical sensitivities, all because we trusted a teacher who said our children were lying. During the trial, Ms. Blake actually tried to defend herself. I was trying to help them focus better. Essential oils are used in holistic medicine. The prosecutor cut her off. You mix bleach with essential oils and documented children's adverse reactions for money. She got 7 years in prison. Mateo's in middle school now. He still won't sit on carpets. When people ask why, he says, you never know what someone might have sprayed on it. I wish he was wrong. I wish we lived in a world where that kind of paranoia wasn't justified, but we don't.